Well, here we are. Another new year has arrived. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for being part of the My Menopause Transformation community, whether you're on my newsletter, whether you're on a program at one of the programs that I have, or whether you're just kind of checking in and watching some of my videos on YouTube. I'm Dr. Wendy Sweet, and my PhD was in women's health and aging, and I decided to really focus on the menopause transition because 10 years ago, when I was coming through menopause, there was really not a lot of information. There was certainly starting to be information about medications and supplements, and of course we all know that that area of menopause intervention has exploded. It's certainly exploded over the last 10 years. But what I found lacking, not only for women themselves, but for practitioners, was information about lifestyle science, information that was specific to the menopause transition, perimenopause, when we start to go into ovarian decline, through to menopause, which is when our periods end, and then into postmenopause, where we stay there for the rest of our life. And I really have discovered over the last decade of seeing nearly 20,000 women around the world who have joined my programs, and I've had thousands of, about 1,000 practitioners who've been really interested in lifestyle science. What I've learned is that women are being pulled in all directions. So the first thing is they really, don't focus on themselves, and a lot don't understand that midlife is a time to really start to make a few changes. And I don't just mean going on HRT. That's between a woman and her medical practitioner because she needs to be monitored. I mean around lifestyle. And what do I mean by lifestyle? Well, lifestyle to me is that we are sleeping. First and foremost, sleep is the foundation for your health. So we have to understand why we can't sleep as we come through menopause and into postmenopause. What is going on with the changes to not just our hormones, but around the body? So I really focus on sleep as the foundation to get right. And I've researched how to turn this around for midlife women, how to stop getting up in the night to have a pee, and certainly how to get off to sleep and to really start to think about some of the lifestyle solutions to do with our circadian rhythm that is specific to women. The other thing that I mean by lifestyle is definitely our stress management. We've got a lot going on. I've learned, that women are pulled in all directions as they come through midlife. It is a pivotal stage of life in terms of a lot going on, but of course that impacts our ability to balance our hormones. And I think that this is really one of the main things that I really focus on in my programs, is for women to try and understand that what we're trying to do in a changing hormonal environment is to allow the body to adapt. That's the best way that I can describe it. And sure, you can take HRT, that's not a problem. You can go to the gym and lift heavy weights and have high protein diets. You can do the fasting. You can do all these things that are now advised for women. But what is right for you? And what is right for the stage of menopause that you're in? If you're not sleeping, then you will not grow a lot of muscle. So, you're going to the gym and you're feeling tired, and that can create more stress on the body. What is going on with your work and in your home? Are you actually changing your nutrition? And I have a really big focus on not just the Mediterranean diet, which is evidenced for women's health as they come through menopause, but the specific nutrients that certain foods in the Mediterranean diet give us as we come through menopause. And in all of my programs, and I've got a weight loss program that's on sale throughout January, because weight loss, we tend to worry about our weight as at the start of the year. So all my programs have an online ebook, a food guide, and they have recipes as well. And certainly, I talk about proteins, and I talk about fats, and I talk about the specific foods that women need. There's food plans, there's recipes, all sorts of things. But what I want women to do is really focus on reducing the inflammatory changes that occur as we come through menopause. And this is what I find a lot of women who join me don't fully understand. They're doing, bits of things, but they're not taking a holistic, integrated view around their health. And certainly if gut health has changed, if joint health has changed, if you're not sleeping, if you've put on a lot of weight, then, we have to figure out how to take this holistic, integrated approach to turning it all around. And what that means is changing aspects of our daily behavior. And this is what I focus on in my programs. I focus on you learning why. Why does your sleep change? Why does your gut health change? Why do your joints change? And what I've done over many years is I've researched the how do we, put in place some changes, but also what specific changes do we need to put in place to turn around our health. And when we do this, and when we focus on reducing inflammation, and we focus on some of the small changes that we can put in place during our day, and we can start to have a little bit of a focus on us, and not get pulled in all directions, then we can start to take a progressive approach and start to get the building blocks in place for moving through menopause with a focus on our lifestyle. And that's what I have in the programs. And I certainly, in January, I have my Transform Me is on sale. It's my biggest sale of the year. So if you've been thinking about it, then jump on the website and have a look at it, or get hold of me via the website as well. So I'm not into crazy diets. I'm not into excessive exercise. We have to get the foundations right. And we have to understand that no matter what stage of menopause we're in, we've got to allow our body to adapt. And what does that mean? It means that we're moving into the next phase of our life, which is when our reproductive hormones are low. And what happens when the reproductive hormones start to change is that we're getting changes to other areas around the body, our thyroid, our adrenals, our pituitary hormones. So this is what impacts a lot of the chaos that we're feeling with our brain fog, our mental health, our anxiety, palpitations, all of these things. So that's what I have in my programs. And as we start a new year, I want you to really think about, what are your goals for the year? What are your health goals? And, how can you have a little bit of a focus on your health as you move into another year ahead? Thank you for being in the My Menopause Transformation community. If you're not signed up to my newsletter, I have a weekly newsletter. Yes, I have marketing emails that tell you when my programs are on sale. If you're a practitioner, I also have a practitioner course that's certified globally, and this is focused on lifestyle science and menopause. If you're a health coach, I have a health coach course. And if you're someone who works with women's weight loss, I have a certified menopause weight loss coach course as well. I'm Dr. Wendy Sweet. It's my absolute privilege for you to be here and join me in the My Menopause Transformation community. Happy New Year to you.